Today we're going to be looking at set number 75409, the UCS Jango Fett Starship, or as most know it, the Slave One. This set released last year for May 4th with 2,970 pieces and an original retail price of $300, which can still be found on shelves now. On the side of the box, we'll see some nice art of the Slave One. Along with the other side of the box, we'll see Jango Fett's name. The back of the box has a nice image of the Slave One, along with the dimensions of the ship, along with some images of the Slave One from Attack of the Clones, and our two minifigures, our plaque, and our seismic charge. Usually I'm not a big fan of the black box art, but I actually really enjoy what this one looks like. And now let's move on to the minifigures. Our two minifigures included in this set are going to be young Boba Fett and Jango Fett. Starting off with the lesser exciting minifigure of the two, we have young Boba Fett here, who is sporting quite a different look than what we have seen with past Boba Fett's. Obviously, this is very inaccurate to what we see in Attack of the Clones. The arm color, the chest color, the belt color, everything is quite inaccurate. The hairpiece is way off. I still don't think this is a bad minifigure, but obviously very inaccurate. The minifigure has pretty good torso printing, but I would have loved a more accurate Boba. Moving on to the more exciting minifigure, we have Jango Fett, who LEGO has absolutely blown out of the park. This figure has great arm printing on both sides, has great back printing, even though for most of the time you're going to have the jetpack on and not see this. The figure has a hairpiece on the side that you can put on and has great face printing as well. It has a dual-sided face on the other side, one being a little more stern and one being a little more angry. Really wish that LEGO would have included the antenna piece. We had this on the last Jango Fett, and I think it really just elevated the minifigure. For the most part, you're going to be having this minifigure in the cockpit, and there's no stand, so it would have loved to have this. It would have really elevated the figure. Overall, I think these minifigures are pretty good. Could have been better, but I still think pretty solid minifigure lineup for this UCS Jango Fett Slave One. Moving on to the actual model, oh my gosh, LEGO did such an amazing job with this ship. This ship looks great on all angles. On the backside, we have so much detailing, and I think it's pretty funny. The backside kind of looks like it has a little bit of a face going on. You can see a mouth and some eyes. You can open up the back little hatches, and there's a little seismic charge inside. You can pull that out, and sadly, this thing is basically all stickers. It was a real hassle to put on, but you can pull it out and, throw it out like we see in Attack of the Clones, and that's pretty fun. Moving down the side of the ship, we can just see just how great of a job LEGO did with the angling of the ship. Both sides, it looks just so incredible. We can see down the cockpit, and down we got some sticker detail here down with the green, and they even got the accurate green on one side. Here we have the two blaster things as well. The turrets, you can turn them up and down if you want. I mean, for the most part, you're going to be having those in one spot for display. On the side here, we have the little extra turret things on both sides, which a little extra sticker detail as well. Here we have the plaque. This has all the information on the Slave One. My one criticism is that on the set, the stand actually blocks the plaque, which is a little annoying. Picking up the Slave One, it does what it does in the movie, and the things go down, and it can go into its landing position, which I think looks great. The Slave One looks absolutely incredible in its landing position. If you don't have a tall shelf, that you could easily have it on display like this. Picking up the Slave One, you'll see that the little wings will fall down. Sometimes they need a little bit of help, but there you go, and you can put it in flight position. Another really cool feature that LEGO decided to add is this little hatch on the underside. That's this really cool Technic thing when you push down and it opens on the inside, and you can put a minifigure here. I'm putting Boba Fett here, so it's when he's yelling in Attack of the Clones to Jango to get onto the ship. Yeah, really cool that they included this. Such a little thing, and then yeah, you're just easily able to push that up and close the hatch, and yeah, really awesome feature they added to this. Putting the Slave One as display stand is pretty easy. You'll put these two Technic pieces into the back of the Slave One, and you'll set it down, and then you are ready for display. Moving on to the interior of the Slave One, you'll be able to take off this big cockpit piece, and LEGO has done a great job. This was made specifically for this set. I think it looks great. My only criticism is the white stickers don't match with the white pieces, and I misplaced mine a little bit, so it doesn't look the best. Inside, you'll have these two extra seats that you can put for two minifigures if you'd like, and then you also have the main cockpit piece. As you can see, you're able to completely remove the main cockpit, which I think is really nice to place minifigures. Obviously, we have a little bit of extra sticker detailing here, which I really like that little Slave One sticker. It's really cool. In the back here, we have a little sticker that gives a little teaser to actually be calling the Slave One. And here we have a little thing that you can pull out that has a little back-to-tank and a place to put Jango's jetpack and his blasters when he's not using them, because in order for him to sit down in the Slave One, he can't be wearing his jetpack. So, yep, you can just slide that back in there easily. Once you get your Jango and Boba loaded up, you can easily slide this right back in there, and then you can grab the main cockpit piece and put that back on, and you can look at your minifigures inside there, and I think they look pretty sweet in there. They're ready to take flight. Lego doesn't really give you a spot for Jango's hair or his helmet, so I usually just end up tossing it in the back here so I don't lose it. Here is what it looks like to have two minifigures down in the lower half of the cockpit. I actually think it looks pretty cool with them in there. You know, I got two Phase 1 troopers, so it's accurate to Attack of the Clones, and there you go. They're all loaded up and ready to go. I think that looks pretty sweet to have them all in there like that. Lego did such a good job designing this Slave one, but now I want to do a little comparison to some other Lego sets that are still on shelves right now. First up, we got the Sail Barge. Obviously, the Sail Barge is much bigger than this. The Slave one is much taller, but you know, this is a $200 difference here, and the Sail Barge has a full interior. Next, I want to compare the 2013 Gunship. A little bit of an interesting comparison. Obviously, the sitting down, you know, they actually scale pretty well together like that. Pretty decent size. Next up, I wanted to compare a non-Star Wars set. This is the Ninjago Old Town. I know a bit of a different set, but the Old Town retails for the same price as the Slave one and has about 1,500 more pieces and about 20 more minifigures. So pretty crazy these are the same price, but obviously with the Slave one, you are paying the Star Wars tax, which, you know, increases quite a lot. So yeah, guys, I think that this is an amazing set. I think this set is well worth your money. I think $300 is a pretty great deal for this set. You're getting almost exactly 10 cents per piece, which is pretty much what you want. Obviously, the set's not perfect. You know, you have some miscolored stickers, some opportunity with the minifigures that could have been just a little better for the accuracy and to make it a perfect set. But I think coming this May 4th, if you had to choose between the new N-1 Starfighter that was coming out or this set, I mean, obviously I don't have the N-1 yet, but I just think for extra $50, you're getting a lot more with this set. I think this is just an absolutely beautiful model, basically minifigure scale. Really awesome. I would highly recommend this to anybody who is looking for a first big Star Wars set, because this is just such a great set. I think it's a pretty fun build experience as well. I think you will enjoy this set no matter what, and I would highly recommend it. So to answer your question, yes, this set is still worth it and is still a great buy. Thank you guys for watching.